everyone, what's up? Welcome back to my channel, Cookie Creative. My name's Elena and I'm a part of the EA Creator Network. Today we're doing a speed build and let me tell you a little bit about this house. It's called Cozy Winter Cottage in the Gallery. It is on a 30 by 20 lot. It's 1 bed, 1 bath, and 36,000 simoleons. So it is a holiday cottage for one. It's got a twin bed and it's perfect for a loner sim that has the Christmas spirit. At first, it's funny, it wasn't even like my intention to make it 4-1. I thought I was going to be able to fit a double bed in here, but I was not. And I was stressing out a little bit because I thought, who is going to be a single sim living in this like holiday themed cottage? But it would be perfect for a loner sim. Anyone deserves to have quiet time in the holidays if that's what they want to do. So that's what this cottage is for. So let me tell you a little bit about what it looks like, what I'm doing. I'm doing a lot of landscaping because the house is so small. It's very small and I knew it was only going to take me like an hour tops to build it. And I was kind of in the mood to do some landscaping, so that's why I decided to go all out here. Even though I ended up covering all of this with snow, I am thinking about making a summer version, putting that in the gallery and removing all of the holiday decorations so that way it can be for all seasons because I do a lot. So let me tell you what I'm doing. I'm using Tool Mod. If you don't know what Tool Mod is, it helps you resize, reshape, and move objects with a lot more precision. And if you are intimidated, you see it, you're like, what are you doing? I'll never be able to learn that. I thought that too, but I've been doing it for almost 5 years now, which is hard to believe. And it's gotten so much easier. It's very natural. Once you practice it, just start really slow. You can see, I'm just fiddling around with things. I don't really know what I'm doing. I know what I'm doing, but it's not like I know the exact numbers to type in. Most of it's just a trial and error guessing game thing, and that's the fun of Tool Mod, okay? So I like to use rocks to frame the outside of my hills. I tend to do this a lot because I don't like the way the bare hills look. Not like bare like rawr, but like B-A-R-E when they're naked. And I could put like bushes and flowers to cover it. And I do tuck bushes and flowers with the little spaces that are left in between the rocks, but I just find that it looks better with rocks around it. Totally use bushes and do whatever you want, but I just find that this is more effective and faster, which is nice because landscaping can take a while. I would say most of the time landscaping takes me almost as much time as furnishing the house, just because it's a lot of repetitive things if I'm doing a lot of bushes and trees and stuff like this. I am using the packs Seasons, Eco Lifestyle, Get Together, and the free holiday celebration pack for this build. I used those packs because I thought they had the best items for what I was trying to make, what I had envisioned. And I'm pretty sure I built this in Copperdale. Looking at what I'm looking at now, I'm pretty sure this is Copperdale. I can't remember because I built this last year and I would have edited and uploaded the video, but I just didn't think it was good enough. And so I was like, I'm not going to edit it. I just shared some screenshots to Instagram and that's it. But I was reviewing a lot of footage of older builds that I haven't uploaded. And I was watching this landscaping and thought this was definitely worth me actually editing and uploading and sharing. I'm trying to go through my computer and delete tons of old videos, and I have like 20 gigs left on my computer. I have an external hard drive that's like either 500 gigabytes or 1 terabyte, and it's full. And my Google Drive is almost full. So I'm trying to go through and delete as much stuff as possible. I have so much footage of speed builds, screenshots, just so much stuff. And a lot of my speed builds, like this one isn't super long, but I have speed builds that are like 16 hours worth of footage or more. Because when I edit it down to the amount of time I actually built, it's going to be a few hours less. I have a tendency of walking away from the computer even when I'm recording, which I need to stop doing that because it's just taking up space on my hard drive. And I need to stop. But I'm trying to actually go through a lot of my old footage and just edit these videos so I can delete. So you will be seeing a lot of my quote older builds. It's going to be new to you, unless if you follow me on the gallery and download all my new stuff, but it's going to be new to you. But I need to actually go through a lot of footage. And last year, I got really just into building. I shouldn't say last year. Throughout this year, 2024, I got really into building and I really didn't feel like editing. And that just, it leaves me with a ton of unedited footage, a ton of stuff, and I'm trying to catch up, playing catch up right now. So I'm telling myself no new builds until I'm ready. So let me just quickly get back to this build, because what I just did with those stairs I think is really cute. And I know it's not a ton of space, but your Sims can walk down there. I make sure everything is leveled flat. That's why I had it leveled flat like that, so your Sims can go down there. Anyway, I was trying to get this video out before the holidays and New Year's, but like that just didn't happen. And I don't really have a good excuse other than I'm really into this game right now called Pal World. And there was an update and I have been playing nonstop. I've been playing this game since February on and off, like my dad had, and I was playing on his computer. And then about 2 months ago, I bought it on my own computer so I could play it anytime I wanted. And then, yeah, I just got really into it. So I have been playing some Sims. Like I played the holiday event and I got all the rewards. I played it with the same Sim, Wendy Waldo, that I played with the October, like the Halloween event too. So it was kind of fun. Like if they ever have another event like that, I'm going to continue using Wendy for that. And so I got really into that gameplay. It comes in waves. I mean, I could pick up The Sims any point and want to play it, but sometimes I just like really want to play. And yeah, the event actually did work. I know there was a lot of like mixed feelings. I did have a lot of issues with the holiday one, or not the holiday, the Halloween one, where it was my mods that were giving me the issue. So it was a user error, and I ended up repairing my game, something I needed to do anyway. So I'm kind of glad that it kind of forced my hand into updating my or repairing my game. And so the holiday one, that was fun. It was a little bit easier. I noticed that they I think they tweaked it. They kind of listened to some of the feedback from the first event, so it was good to see the change. So as I was talking about that, I changed the exterior to like this green. I was trying to do red, green, you know, Christmas colors, but there was no good green siding, and I really didn't want to do bright red. I've done so many red builds that I just don't want to do another. And I wanted this to be a good 4 seasons house, although the way I decorate in the inside is very Christmas forward. But I do want to redo this house, and when I redo it, I am going to change the swatches in the inside too to like tone it down a bit. I might keep the bathroom red. You'll see what I do later. The inside of this really does not take me long. Right now, I'm just putting my placeholder items, and that was already about half of the interior done right there. So, like I said, the landscaping is the thing that took me the longest, and I can't remember how much I edit out of this, but I try to show a bit more this time. I do edit out. I try to show everything that I do, but if it's something like super repetitive, if I'm doing a 64 by 64 lot and a ton of landscaping, I won't keep it all in. But this I did. And okay, so this is like my favorite area, this little area here. And when I added the trees, I think it kind of gave it a bit more of like an intimate feeling. It actually feels more closed in. And I used evergreen trees because it bothers me winter when there's no green. I really like having a little bit of pop of green in there. So that's why I added those, also to match with the green exterior. And I think I put some red flowers in at some point. I don't think those are, but this I think are like the daisy bush and base game. Pretty sure all of the landscaping I do is base game. I might be wrong, but this is one of my favorite. This is like the perfect little bush to tuck into any crevice. If you're just looking for something to fill a space, this is the bush. Other than the fern or whatever the other bush I've used in here is called. I can't remember what that one's called. But then also, I say it in every video, and I think I'm just going to make it a thing I have to say it in every video, is the low-lying pale yellow flowers. If I do in an apartment, unfortunately, I won't be able to say that. But yeah, this is, at some point, we'll use my low-lying pale yellow flowers. But right now, my daisies, maybe it's not called daisies, but I'm pretty sure those are, or something. Doesn't matter. Anyway, all you have to know is that it's base game, and if you want to use it, you have it, because if you have The Sims, then you'll have this. And if you don't have The Sims is free, so you should just download it. And if you don't like it, then, uninstall it. But the worst that can happen is you don't like it, and the best that can happen is that you get really into it. And the cool thing about The Sims and the fact that base game is free is that there are so many mods that make it feel really well-rounded. Like the base game itself, like if you've never played The Sims before, start with base game. Don't put like mods in your game. Just figure out how to keep your Sims alive. And then when you're ready to like add some more things, because at some point you kind of like do everything and it's kind of, okay, I'm a little bored now. That's when I like to go check out some mods. I only have a couple mods, and there are certain mods that I've downloaded just for a certain save file, and then I'll just delete it when I'm done. Like Life Tragedies is a great mod. I just don't want it in my game all the time because I know that every single update, I'm gonna have to update it. So I just kind of wait until I'm in the mood for like a gameplay with that mod. I'm just using that mod as an example, but there are so many mods. It's like I don't even know all the mods out there. If you think it, someone's probably either created it or trying to create it, which is just fun. So if you get bored, check that out. I mean, if you're on console, unfortunately, you don't have mods, but there's also just a ton of gameplay ideas online if you do need some challenges or something like that might spark some gameplay ideas. I always start challenges, but then end up veering off into my own like storyline because I just like to see where the game takes me. It just feels a little bit more natural like that. Oh, so this pond is fishable. That's why I put that little sign there. I can't remember if it's stocked. I might got the pre-stocked one, but I had an open area so that way your Sims have room to go and fish in that pond, because if you don't have room, they might not be able to reach it. So yeah, so this is the front door, really cute, small porch. And I surrounded the whole building with those flowers. And of course, I have to do my favorite little faux ivy trick. I don't know what to call it, but I just use bushes and I use the 9 key to lift them to go up the wall and onto the roof. And I don't do it a ton here because it's a small house. And I didn't want to get it swallowed. But one of the reasons why I did it is because when it starts snowing, I wanted it to still be a little green. Well, during the winter, the leaves do change in the game, so it will be a little bit more brown, but you do still see the bushes going up the wall in the winter. So speaking of seasons and The Sims, what is your favorite season to play in? I personally like summer the best just because my game, even though I have a really powerful laptop, it still kind of lags when it snows, and it's also kind of annoying. The Sims don't want to go outside. They freeze. They always are wearing their ugly winter clothes. I do change all my winter outfits in The Sims so that way they are kind of fashionable and work for inside environments, because I don't like it when they're in full snow pants, a big jacket, and a beanie inside their house during the winter. So I do have like an alternative winter outfit for my Sims for being inside. But I personally like playing in the summer the best. That's just my favorite season. But whenever I start a new game, I always start it in the spring, so that way I kind of get the full summer experience, and I change my seasons to like 14 days at least. And then when it becomes winter, I change it to 7 days, and then I move it back up to 14 days as soon as it becomes spring. I'm that bad. Yeah, I know. But that's why I live in the Caribbean, because I don't want to deal with the snow. I don't want to deal with the snow in-game or out-of-game. Okay, so this is the front entrance room. It is... I'm trying to do something here with the wood floors. I end up changing them to look a little bit more like parquet. It looks a lot better after I change it. I don't know what I was thinking, like looking at this. And I remember thinking, why does it look kind of weird? I've done this before. I do it wrong. So in order to get quarter tiles, you have to use Control F, and then it'll be like little triangles, and then you're able to draw different designs on the floor. You'll see me do the living room later. But yeah, so just in case you didn't know that you can do quarter tiles, it's a great little trick that you can do so much with. I tend to do it in like bathrooms and kitchens when I'm just kind of bored of the tile options that I have, especially if I'm just using base game or limited pack. Oh, there, I'm fixing it. So there are 2 things that I want to mention now before we get near the end of the video, because I do it at the end and I won't have time to explain. So I have lights and garland on the outside of the house. And in order to do that, you have to use the attic stack decoration box that comes with the seasons pack. You have to go into live mode and interact with that box. And from there, you can assign different lights and garland to different areas of the house. And it's totally worth it. I love using this item, and it's something that not everyone knows about just because you have to go interact with it in live mode. And in the catalog, it doesn't really look like anything special except for just some storage bins. So definitely check that out if you don't know about that. The other thing I wanted to mention is that I quickly changed the seasons using MCC. MC Command Center is the full name of that mod. It is great and it is very, very useful. So if you play on the computer and you want a mod that can help you kind of fine tune your game, that is a highly, highly recommended mod. I never play without it. So in order to change the seasons, all you have to do is interact with the mailbox, and then you're instantly able to change the season, the weather to anything you want. And you can even change the time of day. I mean, there's so much stuff you can do with MCC, but that's what I use in this video, and that's how I was able to quickly change the season from the summer, I'm building in the summer, and quickly change it to winter. So this fireplace, I ended up changing this area a lot after I realized there was gameplay issues. I couldn't walk around in that area, but what I change it to is, and it's so much cuter than this. I do love that fireplace though. So I mentioned earlier, the inside of this is very Christmas forward. It's very red and green, and we are in the new year now. It's January, and I have been trying to finish this video for weeks now. So yes, Happy New Year. I started this before Christmas, so yeah, it was supposed to be my Christmas video, but you know what? Still kind of Christmas in my household. Byron and I, we start celebrating the holidays on my birthday, November 28th, and we stop celebrating the holiday on his birthday, January 18th. So for me, this is still very much in the realm. I'm still singing Christmas songs. I still have holiday cheer, and I've still been very lazy. Like, I do not want to do anything. And that's because it's still the holiday season for me. Might not be for you. So this is the teeny tiny bedroom. The one that I kind of wish I had a double bed, but you know, the double bed would take up the entire room. So for one person, it's totally fine. I put a little kids decorations in there and just whatever I could find. And this is the bathroom. It's small. It does the trick. I somehow managed to squeeze everything in this 2x2, which is a little difficult with the shower. As you can see, I'm kind of struggling here, but you just have to kind of move the toilet around. After the tiny living pack came out, I got really good at just being able to fit a lot into a tiny space. I love making a micro home. This might be a micro home. I don't know, with the porches and the balconies might make it bigger, but if you took away the porch and the balcony, this is definitely a micro home. Micro home, I think, is under 32 tiles. Okay, so this is me interacting with the box, and as you can see, there's a ton of options. The hardest part about this is just deciding which ones you want to use. So after this, I ended up play testing a bit and realizing that the fireplace was causing issues, so I replaced it with this one that comes with the free holiday celebration pack. And while it's not a real fireplace, I do add some candles in there, and I even managed to fit in a TV, which we didn't have a TV in this house before. And I also take a tree and I size it down, since there also wasn't a tree in this house. I really wanted there to be a tree, but I feel like this ends up making it look a lot more cozy and homey. Thank you so much for watching. I really appreciate it. If you want to see more of my videos, don't forget to subscribe. And if you liked this video, make sure you leave a comment. Let me know what you think, and I will see you in the next one. Bye.